We coming back. What's up, y'all? We coming back. I did not know another hour flew by that fast, y'all. I'm sorry. I do apologize. I did not realize another hour flew by like that. That was crazy. That hour flew by. Jamal's gonna be right back. I just got off the phone with him. This one is really good too. Yo, Daz, what it do, boss? I'm here, man, having some good time, having a good talk with Jamal, man. This has been a good one. I'm gonna do a tour of my little office in a little bit. I'm getting it together, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be together as long as my lady let me keep adding more stuff in here. But Jamal will be in just a moment. He'll be back. I just got off the phone with him. I didn't realize we was going that long. We was going a long time. He'll be back on with us in just a second. But yeah, if y'all do got some questions, you can put them in the comments, or you can send them through the little question thing. I ain't gonna hold Jamal all night because we done did 2 hours, 2 solid hours already. I'm gonna let him. We're gonna go back on for a little bit. I ain't realize we was going that long. It's crazy. This has been a real good one. I ain't get to none of the other questions.
This time we shutting it down. We shutting the internet down,
Dog,
yo.
I was
Shutting
just
it down.
telling my lady that came and peeked in here to do something, but I was like, yo, I didn't realize we went through 2 hours. I told you, like, I probably asked like 2 or 3 questions, you know what I'm saying, like from the thing, but we kind of talked around it because when you start talking, you go into what I want to ask anyway, so it kind
Right.
of works out perfect. But we was talking about the gear, yo. So let me tell you how crazy this was. So, Cam is my guy. So when Cam got the out there for out Thousand Oaks for the Nike Academy, he sent me I told him to let me see what his gear looked like. I said, good God Almighty. So Mark didn't go. Both of them really got hurt in Peach Jam. Mark and Cam got hurt in Peach Jam last year, but they
Right.
played through. So Mark's father is a doctor, so
Mm-hmm.
he didn't let him go to camp or whatever. But I'm like, boom, you should have went anyway. You could have got the gear. It
He would
was
have
in
still
there.
got. He would have still got the bag.
And I'm like, yo, it was pros there. They could have just talked to you and mentored you or whatever.
Lo,
And then
appreciate you, Lo.
so then he hits me, right? He was like, nah, coach, they mailed me the stuff. So
So
he
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 still
hits me.
came.
I was like, what? So
Jinx.
he calls me, so I hit him on a FaceTime. So we talking. He
Right.
unzips his bag. He was like, coach, this is one bag. And it was like he was just tossing t-shirts. He's like, yo, they sent me
Man, I'm
this,
not
they sent
even.
me that.
I'm not even gonna do it to my brothers. Like, but they spoil these kids. Like, oh my God,
I
Cap,
couldn't
what's happening?
believe it.
No, it be and imagine for years, and then that's just during. It ain't. I can't tell you how much shit. Like, if you were to see what's going on here, like Rico, what up? Nah, it's bananas how much.
Yo,
Like,
I couldn't believe it because this year when the stuff started coming in for the boys, I'm like, I think they going a little overload with it because like with Peach Jam, if you qualify for Peach Jam, you get some more stuff. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
So I guess with it not being no Peach Jam, no season, no nothing, I guess they just giving them all of it like right now or whatever. So
Yeah, I mean, son, it'll dry rot. It'll just go bad.
well, I know about Drive Right. You know what organization
Son,
I
let's
go
not
to?
even do it. Let's not even do it.
Yeah.
Let's not even do it.
you know
It's sad. It's
You
sad.
know what org I'm in. You know how that goes. Cause I got a bag of t-shirts that ain't no good. I had a
So I used to
yo.
see I used to see y'all coming to the games. Y'all doing what you're supposed to do, and you have on the sweatsuits. And I'm like, that's not even because I knew I had to. That's not even man.
Yeah.
Why they ain't? Yeah, I was upset with that.
So I started getting on him about it. I'm like, yo, I'm going out to the games. I'm out here all the time, a lot of time away from the fam or whatever. I gotta look the part. Like, so I need this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need it, and I don't want to keep buying it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you gotta, we gotta do the right thing. I
Mm-hmm.
always tell Boo my whole thing with him was like, I love Boo to death, and I was like, yo, when good people are doing good stuff for you, you got to treat good people good. You know what I'm saying?
100.
That's all I give him, like, because Boo's old school, so he'll get mad. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and he's
I'll
in
leave it at
control,
that
man.
one.
No
You know what I'm
question.
saying? But the gear and everything that they do, the Nike that they
Oh,
put on, it's like ridiculous. Like the theatrics of EYBL. I remember my first year coaching like the EYBL team when we went to Atlanta. I think I was just in all just as much as the kids, because that Friday night we played at Lake Point Friday night because no 17s played or whatever. So then the next day we was at another gym or whatever. But when I walked in there, you know, just seeing everything, you know, I see it at home. I used to see it at home all the time, but just being on the road and see how they still put on the same type of show,
Son,
it's crazy.
Official.
And then when KD started getting involved that year, I think that was 2017 when he started coming to the EYBL events more. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he doing meet and greet with the kids. I had just posted a picture.
That was one thing. So when you would go to his camp, you would really get to experience him. He had already he had a sheet with names, supposedly the top kids. He's like, I got to get a piece of them because it's the best. It's supposedly the top 2s and 3s, as well as high school and college. And he stayed from the very first day they laced him up. He stayed and played with everybody. And not only that, because there were pro guys there, he would bring his boys, some guys that were on the fence.
Yeah.
And he would go. They would be with him, and they would play against the kids. Like that was by far the best camp. Not the LeBron, not that bullshit. That fucking KD camp, and it was bad. It was a bad look when they stopped doing that, yo.
Because I was wondering what happened, like, because Nike went.
They were talking about budget, but then if you looked at the academy, you haven't been out there yet. Oh my God, you talk about showmanship. It's bananas.
Yeah, I haven't been. I'm going to the academy. I would be there next summer. If I don't know how things going to go with COVID. It seems like everything's going to get pushed back like about 3 to 4 months. See, like no high school is going to happen until the spring. I don't know this for sure, but it just feels that way that nothing is going to happen in the fall. I don't know if it's true or not.
You have to go out there and experience. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah, and Boo was buying my ticket. I already told him like, yo, whenever things get back rolling. You sending me out to Nike 100,
and he should have rooms for you. Like he should be able to get a room or two for. You know,
oh yeah. Now I ain't gonna hold you with that stuff like that. Like he take care of that. Like you know what I'm saying. Okay. If you in good, you know what I'm saying. If you in the mix with him and you one of the guys and his coaching staff, like I do it. Like I said, a lot of behind the. Oh my man, Facts Over Stats. He was in here with I had Dane on. Man, appreciate you checking back in.
No question. He's good people.
So, you know, he definitely take care of me. Like, I remember, I'll tell a quick story about Boo. Mac was with me. It's like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? Midnight. It might have been even later. So we're about to go to Georgia the next day. And I'm like, yo, I'm telling Mac, like, yo, I don't got enough money for everything that we need to do, like room-wise, rentals, this, A, B, or C. I was like, yo, should I call Boo and ask him? So we were in the car, and I'm like, yo, it's late, though. It's like 12 a.m. But now I know Boo stay up all night long. He calls me at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I work late. So I called him, and I was like, Coach, I got some bad news or whatever. Like, a couple of my guys are not going, or a couple of guys that give the money that we're supposed to do. And don't even charge them. Like, even when I wasn't sponsored completely, I still never charged my kids or parents a whole lot of money because I thought that would hurt, you know, chances of me getting a stud on the second team. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, a stud don't want to pay no bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I called him, and I was like, Coach, like, I need, like, can you help me out with my hotel rooms or whatever? And I just asked him to pay half. And he was like, yo, what's the total or whatever? He's like, text me and email me the total of what the bill is for the hotel room. And then in the morning, come by, before you get on the road, come by and get the bread and get the check for that joint, for the rooms. Right. Or for half of the room. So I get there the next morning or whatever. And he's like, yo, come meet me in the office. I go in there. He gave me a check for the whole joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't even ask him. Huh?
That's light for him. He has it.
Light for him. Like, it was super light. Now that I know the position that I'm in right now, I know that's super light for him. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, and I was just like, I was kind of nervous to ask. But now that I know, because I've dropped off $15,000 checks for us to go to Peach Jam to pay for the whole rooms and all that. I already know what time it is now. Like, the business side of this joint, and trying to run a whole organization, dog, you're spending whatever Nike's doing, whatever you know what I'm saying, they're spending a lot to put these kids on the stage that they're on. Like,
it's unreal. It's competition. They got to outshine Under Armour and
Adidas. But I'm like, yo, so we was talking about it the other day.
It's not even close.
It's not even close. They don't, because you can take one player like a KD or LeBron, their shoe sales can fund a whole
Yeah,
fucking 5 years of EYBL probably. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no doubt.
no other circuit can do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even think the stuff the Under Armour that stuff do. I don't think they
Nah,
got
hell
sales
no.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
So I'm like, you could take a LeBron or Kevin Durant, like whatever their profit is for Nike, they could pay for EYBL for years, probably with just
Mm-hmm.
that alone by itself. So I kind of
Yeah.
understand that part of it right now more than I did before. So it's kind of dope. I like the way it all plays out. And then, like I said, we had a meet and greet with KD that year, but we were playing I was coaching 16s with Chiz, and our 17s they postponed it. They didn't even go to the KD joint because they wanted to stay and watch us play. We were playing Paul Pierce, the Truth, and they had Jalen Green at the time or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So it's just a dope event. People are right over top of your back. You know what I'm saying? I like that part of it, but I kind of don't like it either because the parents and everybody, they're like in the huddle with you, and that's the only
Yeah,
part that I don't
yeah,
like.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Nah, that's
saying? Like
crazy. That's
the other
crazy.
part of it with the coaches being on the
Steph, what
floor,
up?
like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like the part with the parents like being they like in the huddle. They know exactly what you're saying to the kids, and that's
Yeah,
the only
nah.
part I don't like. But I like the tightness of the
Nah,
gym. And then when they open it
the
up, it's
peace,
dope.
the peace and the energy is amazing. Bro. Other
Mm-hmm.
than that, I could see that being a problem as a coach, where you're having them right on top of you. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but the energy in that place is bonkers,
Dog,
man. It's
last year
amazing.
when we played AOT, I know you was there. You know what I'm saying? When we, yeah, you was there because
Mm-hmm.
you was coach of HU. We
Yeah.
played AOT, dog. They had to make people leave the gym so we could get it, so us and
Oh yeah.
AOT could get all our fans in. It was
No,
crazy,
they
man.
had the coaches, of course, they would make way, but they had lines outside,
Word.
and it was like, okay, when somebody comes out, they'll let one person in. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, no, it was bananas,
I
yo.
had to go get parents for our team and kids who played on my team. The security guard took me outside to hand point them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo,
Yeah,
they got Boo Williams jerseys on. They just got done playing too. That's why they
yeah,
late getting here. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, no, go get them and bring them to the door that the college coaches came in at. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So we had
right.
to, bring everybody in that way so we can make sure we had, AOT is in Georgia. So I'm like, yo, we got to have every one of our fans that love us in the building. It's like, we
No
got to
doubt.
have them in here. So they let us do it or whatever. So it was just a dope game, dope experience. And that was real dope. So I do want to ask you a little bit about COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is it affecting everything for you guys? Like, family, everything's good with the family. I should have did this earlier, but like I said, I'm
Yeah,
all over the
nah,
place.
it's all good. Yeah, no, other than four cats that I grew up. What's good, baby? What's good? Other than the four cats that I grew up with that did, Dave Edwards passed from it. Jermaine, a couple other dudes like,
Mm-hmm.
um, thankfully, family wise, everybody's okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to see my father yet or my mom,
Mm-hmm.
and of course that's been rough because I'm heavy them. Like I need them. I need to touch them, squeeze them every
Mm-hmm.
night, every once in a while, and I haven't been able to do that for months.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been rough. But as far as we're just laying low, trying to stay out the way. And as far as, of course, with college, like even me, I'm trying to figure out buying a place up there. Like whether not to, as far as this year, because there
Mm-hmm.
ain't no telling what's going to happen with the
Yeah,
season.
I was about to say when you get to go to work.
Post the middle of next month, like next month, the middle of next month, I'm supposed to report. But
Oh.
it's already been backed up or pushed back one time, and maybe again. I just that's the issue. It's just the uncertainty, the not knowing, man.
Not
We don't
knowing.
know. We don't know nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I
So
was telling my earlier this year when COVID first hit, how the kids went home and they were doing the homeschooling and all that or whatever. So my daughter, she never used to do the Zoom call. She should just do the schoolwork and just turn the
mm-hmm.
work in or whatever. But I was telling her today, I'm like, yo, it's a good possibility that you're not going to go to school in the fall and
We'll
everything's
be
going to be
doing
on
this.
Zoom. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? She
yeah,
was like, what? I was like, yeah, you're gonna
yeah.
have to do. You're gonna have to actually go on the Zoom calls and talk to your teacher on Zoom. She was like, oh, I'm gonna hate that. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna have to do
No,
that.
because this again, part of school. The large part of it, the major part of it, is the
Hmm.
socialization.
Yeah.
How to interact with other humans, other people, other kids,
Hmm.
and that's getting ready to be taken away.
It
And
definitely is.
That's
It
sad.
definitely is. Yeah, so I talk to a lot of guys like yourself that's coaching college ball. It is just like I talk on the phone to college coaches and stuff, and it's like that's the biggest word. That's the same word that everybody uses is uncertainty. You know what I'm saying? Nobody
Headed to
knows.
Philly, son. Headed to Philly, son.
So nobody knows. Like nobody has an answer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like my man that's here now said his daughter's going to college completely uncertain. I think his daughter's as an athlete too.
Oh,
You know what I
wow.
mean? My man Q that's in here. So I'm like, nobody knows what's going on, and like it's like nobody knows nothing. And then you know, I don't know.
We
Like I don't
just
get into politics and all that, but
yeah, no. So we can't. Even if you did, we can't control it. We have no
right.
control, and that's something, of course, we can't touch. But it's almost as if we're just guinea pigs.
Right. So
Like,
I was just telling people right now, you just gotta enjoy, you know, because I know during the summer I'm gone a lot, you know, from basketball to this and that or whatever. So I'm like, you just gotta enjoy the time that you have at home right now. You know what I'm saying, with your family and all that. Like you said, with the parents. Like my mother lives in Hampton. I'm in Chesapeake, but she's older. She's like she'll be 75 this year. So I go through the check on her, but I don't hang
it's good,
around a
Chris.
whole lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
You
it's
can't
weird.
like it can't like that. Well, that was one of the main things. So they were like, all right, you can come up here, but it's one or two things. You can either pull up, let him see you from because my parents are still in the same. We're still in the same apartment building, same apartment.
Mhm.
You can pull up and let him see you from the balcony. I was like, that would crush him. That's gonna crush me. But
Right.
they're like, all right, or you can go ahead and come upstairs. We open the door. You got your mask on, and you can't touch him, but you can see him. How the fuck? Nah,
Your parent, your dad.
my father.
Yeah,
Like
that's weird.
I
You
couldn't,
know what I'm saying?
I
So,
couldn't, I couldn't, I couldn't do it,
and the
yo.
same thing, like when my mom's being as older, you know, my mom's in Hampton though, so it's different from you. You know what I'm saying? So I stop by because I'm a mama's boy. Like my lady knows it and
Me too,
everything.
son.
You
There
know
is
what
no
I'm
other
saying?
way. There is no other way.
Yeah, like it is what it is. Like I learned basketball from her. You know what I'm saying? So I go over. I may go. I don't let her go nowhere, dog. I just started. She's like, I want to go get my hair done. Da, 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 da. I'm like,
Mm.
I don't know yet. I don't know if it's. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I
No,
don't
it's
know
real
if.
though. Shit is
Yeah.
real, son. Like it can come from anywhere, and
And then like I don't
it's
even
just
let her go
hard.
to I don't even let her go to the grocery store. I go grocery shopping for her.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I drop the groceries off. You know what I'm saying? And then you know, I go pick up her medicine, her prescriptions. Don't let her go nowhere. She's like, you treat me like I'm 12. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do because if you go out here and something happens to you, then
No,
I'm gonna be super upset and really hurt. So while you still here and you're on the I hate saying the latter part of life, but you know
it is
older.
right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm like, nah, I got to make sure that I can keep you here as long as I
Nah,
can.
my mom is like, nah, take your time with that. There ain't no rush with that. She's very
Mm-hmm.
protective with him. And I'm very appreciative of that, of course. Even with me, she's like, nah, nigga, you don't
Mm-hmm.
need to come home.
Right.
Just
Because New York was
be easy.
crazy for a while, but
Yeah, but
New York
New
beat the
York is
curve better than everybody else though.
New York is doing all right now. So now they flipped it. So now if you're coming into New York, you got to quarantine. Like
Right.
it was if you were coming from New York, you had to quarantine. Now
Right.
you come from anywhere else, you got to quarantine. It's wild.
So that's really weird. So
It's wild.
with that too, like since we're talking about COVID and everything, that's a little bit about personal life. So you've been in basketball world for a long time, and I know you know you have a family, kids, and all that. How do you juggle that? Because you like before you started coaching, you was already heavy duty basketball, training here, camp here, going all summer.
No, it's just about giving them their time. Little and like, if I had a little man, he would be with me all the time. I have a little girl and she's with her mother as she should be because she's
Mm-hmm.
teaching and learning each day from her. But at
Right.
the same time, I got to give her her time and express to her how important she is to me. And
Mm-hmm.
I am the male figure, and this I am apparently, which is good and bad, but she will be searching or open to in regards to a future what the man will look like.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what I'm supposed to do and what I'm supposed to be. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
doing all the basketball stuff, but there's nothing more important than my princess, Coco. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's it's whatever she wants, she gets.
Right. So I know when I first started getting heavy in the AAU, and moving around and traveling around and doing all this, that I did struggle with the, you know, making sure I did the right thing at home with my lady,
Mm-hmm.
my daughter, making sure that I did do that because I was like so
It's
focused.
tough,
Like,
son.
Yeah, I got so excited about being coaching the
Yeah.
EYBL and coaching Nike. The rush was crazy. So
Oh
I
no,
used to,
don't let me. I mean, the shit was rough because
right.
especially when they're accustomed to seeing you all the time, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's that time to bounce like the summers and leagues,
Mm-hmm.
like so. So I feel you on that.
Yeah. So what I
That shit was
what I
rough.
what I was going to start doing is like on one of the trips, bring them with
Sha-
me on the trip.
Shavi, Pato, what's up, baby?
Oh, I didn't even see
Shavi.
all the other comments coming in.
No, that's
So,
my man. So he's in Argentina, and I met him first in Italy. He's a young boy. He could play.
hmm
And then I ended up, I finished off my career down there, and he
hmm
held me down. His family is my family. And he's my little brother.
so my man
Yeah, he's my little brother.
just put it a thing like he works at the shipyard. He said they had 30 new cases at the shipyard of COVID over in Newport News.
Jesus Christ, man. So I just don't see how this is gonna work with college. I don't see it.
This
You
is going to
talking
work, to
about
be
all
honest
the
with you,
students coming back?
right now, because it's weird.
You you
Like,
talk you talking bringing all the students back?
right.
It's gonna be wild. Like I just don't see it.
I think I talked to JD from VCU. He said their guys are back.
What?
VCU guys are back on campus. He said they had to
Yeah,
quarantine for like two
that's
weeks.
we're gonna do the same thing. That's cool. I'm just talking about when they open it. So I don't know if
Oh,
they're
all
bringing
the
it.
students with 20,000
Yes,
kids come to campus. Yeah, that's gonna be nuts.
yes,
That's gonna be nuts.
yes.
Like, I don't know how it's gonna work. Like, I really don't. You know
No,
what
I
I'm
talked to
saying?
JD. He shouted me out. What was it? I guess earlier. It was last week. It was last week.
hmm Yeah,
Yeah,
JD's a good
he's
dude.
a
I talked to him on the
good
live.
brother.
He was telling me how they had the guys back and all that. And I'm like, I don't know how this is all gonna work. Like, you know, I just don't. Like, especially like middle, kids going to middle school. My daughter will be going in the 8th grade. I'm like, kids are the nastiest little things going.
Exactly. That's how it usually starts. It comes from the school into the house. Yeah.
Yeah. So they get everybody sick. Your whole house will be sick. You know what I'm saying? Because your kid went to school and brought something home.
Yo,
So
I don't know who asked that question. I'm not a Hampton no more. I can't answer that.
why they still practicing at hand? What you mean practicing? I don't know either.
I don't know either.
But a lot of colleges are practicing. Like they are practicing. If you look on Twitter, I just saw you University of North Carolina women's. They're practicing. Texas is practicing. The coaches are in there with masks on and gloves on.
Yeah,
They're
no, we
practicing.
have to. We're gonna have to
Yeah.
wear gloves and masks. But like
hmm
you do have a lot of the schools that already brought guys. I think practices just started or whatever, and
hmm
it's cool now because again you can control your group of guys for the most part.
Yeah, because it's
It's
a little
when
bit of people.
damn right. So when everybody else starts coming in and you know some guys start to getting out late night doing
Yeah.
that's when it's about to get ugly.
So, cause I was like, that's what it is. I was about to say that it's volunteer. It was voluntary
Okay.
workouts.
But I
You know
was
what I mean?
told in regards to voluntary workouts, the coaches couldn't be involved.
No, it was just the trainers, and I think it would be like one or two trainers in there training them, and the coaches wasn't in there at all.
Yeah,
So I
no,
was
I'd be
like,
sick. I'd be sick.
yeah.
I'm
So you know
I'm
what I
already
mean?
sick. I can't be physical. Like we can't put no hands on it. We
Mm-mm.
can't be around. It's just here, pretty much take the ball, and I don't like
And
that.
go.
Yeah,
So that's what's going on. But like, if you look on, because I'm heavy on social media, but yeah, if you look on Twitter, and I follow a lot of college programs, a lot of schools do have their kids there, and it's
yeah, no,
controlled.
it's easy peasy right now.
Yeah. You saw the NBA. They out of 365 people they tested, nobody has it.
Again, that whole bubble, and they can do that. Like it's different with college. For example, you may be able to control your environment, but when you
hmm
start to travel to different schools, to play different schools, different places, you don't know if that hotel room's been, or you don't know who you're coming in contact with. It's so much where you're not in control.
Yeah, so much unknown again. Like
Hell yeah.
you don't know what's happening. But so because the bubble, like, how long can we do this with sports? Like, I
Yo,
mean,
that's crazy.
I know that's not the biggest, like,
Well,
concern, but
I think again, it's all about money. But what's going to be crazy is no fans in the stands,
yeah,
no family members, no loved ones, no that's gonna be crazy. For me, it's gonna be like being back in the G League or the D League back in
right,
the day. There was nobody in them gyms,
word.
and it's like you just got to bring your own energy. But again, as far as revenue and stuff like that, that's gonna affect. It's definitely gonna hit these schools in their pockets.
Oh yeah, I ain't even talking about that. I had a question up here about that, about the CBA and the G League too, and all that. How did you like that? Did you even
Great.
like it? She said November 4th, we'll see.
No doubt.
She got the dates and all that.
The G League, it was interesting. It was rough though, son. Like we talking about, let's say we down in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, we play that team, then we getting right on the bus and going back to Roanoke, Virginia. That's like, I
Woo!
don't even know how many hours, and then have to play that next day. Like,
Oh, that's
it's
terrible.
I don't know quite how it is now, but I'm sure they're flying and stuff. We didn't fly, like we bust everywhere. It was brutal. That shit was
Mm-hmm.
brutal.
So,
Nobody in the stands, like brutal.
how do you like that new initiative that they're doing with the, I guess the so-called like
With these
high
Jalen
school?
Greens and
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Give me your honest answer. I want honest. This is, I don't. You're not gonna get in no trouble for that because they're professionals. So.
Yeah, nah, it's kind of. I think it's fucking it up. College basketball used to be special, man,
Mm-hmm.
and it's. I mean, I'm old school with it. Like college basketball was everything, and now
Mm-hmm.
this shit is gone to shit. Like
Mm.
even with the transfer rule, and I get it. Why can
Woo!
coaches leave and why can't you leave? Like, and at first I was for it, and then you see all of the bullshit that's going on. Like you can't be really aggressive with a kid. He'll jump ship on your ass, like, and it's not even being aggressive to be mean or anything. Again, it's life lessons and
Yeah.
trying to teach, and all it takes is for you to speak or your tone or him not to get a certain amount of time that he feels, and he's putting his name in and he's jumping ship. It's
Yeah.
not for the right reasons. Like I get it if
Mm-hmm.
if the coach has done something
To you or
drastic
something.
or,
Yeah.
but now it's like fuck it. The moment you feel though, and it's really crazy because you got guys going that weren't recruited that go to these smaller schools have decent numbers, and now the big school just come and grabbing them all up. Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
it's
that transfer rule is going to be real crazy when you don't got to
so
sit
if
out.
they pass that, it's over. And
Yeah.
you
If you
know
don't
what's
have
gonna
to sit
hurt?
out. Yeah.
It's gonna hurt the high school kids.
Yeah.
It's
Because they
gonna hurt
don't.
the high school kids.
Because right now, I think transfers are already hurt. I mean, I don't want to say it's hurt, but because a lot of coaches are looking like, I would say maybe smaller schools are looking at a lot of JUCOs. So JUCO, that's already more competition, and then kids will be able to transfer anytime they want to. The kids
They
coming right
want
out of
these.
high school, you got to be able to play.
Yeah, like it's those special few will be okay, but the ones that questionable and maybe need more time, they're the ones that are gonna
Mm,
it's gonna hit them hard, man. It's foul. Like
yeah,
again, at first I was all for all that because you should have the right, but you got a lot of people abusing it and stuff like that. So now,
yeah. Look, that's what
exactly,
CJ
CJ, Wild
said.
Wild West. Yeah,
Well,
nah.
I've
If that
heard
rule
that with
passed,
that rule. I heard that.
if
That's a
it
lot of
passes, it's over.
a
It's
lot of you
over.
college coaches are saying that with that new rule, it's going to be the wild wild west. It seems like
It's
that's been
over.
a lot of people feel that way. Like I said, I'm for, and I think this is like the this whole era of basketball is like the LeBron era because he took everything into his own, and everybody thinks that's just the way. I'm like LeBron was a special player. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like so, it's not that everybody's not going to do that. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
it's
So
college. There was so much more to college in regards to preparing these men and young
hmm
men as far as the future. There's life lessons in it, and then again, everybody's ducking adversity. So what are you gonna do when you
hmm
face it? How you don't know how to handle it. You don't know how to cope. And in regards to our game, you're always gonna have somebody trying to get your job. And
mm,
if you don't know how to work, or if you're not prepared for that day or that time when you will encounter it,
mm.
you'll lose.
That
College
is
college
tough.
is super important, man.
I think so too, because I learned a lot in college, just being there and being on my own a little bit. Even though I just went to Hampton University, I acted like I was in California. I never went home. But yeah, I never went home at all. Like when I was in college, like oh she that's
Somebody says it's already passed.
yeah, she's the one that does to help me out with all my questions. That's like my executive producer.
It's
She coaches on our
passed?
girls. If they already passed that rule, it's definitely about to be the Wild Wild West.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? She coaches. She just won a state title at Hampton High. I got to shout her out every time we get a
Oh,
game.
okay. No
And
doubt, no
Mac just
doubt.
said Mac
Congratulations.
said they delayed it. So
Oh,
I don't
thank
know.
God.
I hope they do. I mean, like I said, I'm like on both sides of it because I want people to be able to control their destiny a little bit. I like that idea, but I still think it's going to make things a little wild because it's teaching people not to deal with, hard work and
That
stuff like
shit's out the
that.
window, son. That shit's
Hmm.
all out the window.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing that kind of makes me not like it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think you're going to work hard no more. Like you said, if you don't like something or something doesn't go your way, or if you don't like the coach
Just bounce.
you just leave. I'm out of here, and then I don't have to sit out. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be really, really tricky. That's going to be real tricky. So I done had you up here 2 hours. I ain't gonna hold you all night, but
Yo, it's crazy. Glenn, what up, baby? We about to
it's
be done. Now you getting on?
right. You know what I'm saying? We done did 2 hours, balls. I appreciate you tapping in now, though. But
My guy.
it's just
Go
like
hard.
Coach said. She said it's going to be crazy because for high school kids coming in, you're going to be going against transfers. You're going to be going against grad transfers, and now you're going to be going against kids that can transfer from a school and not have to sit out. It's a lot of adversity, and then you still like, whew, it's just a lot. It's going to be a lot for you for a
Son,
college to deal with.
it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's gonna be bad. But nah, again, I appreciate you having me on, man. We could have did this shit. We could keep going. Like,
Yeah, we could keep going for sure, but like
it's
I said, I ain't
crazy.
gonna hold you all night. We've been up here we did almost 3 hours already. But I just wanted to ask you one more, like just a little bit about
Mm-hmm.
the Black Lives Movement that's going on right now due to the climate in the country. You know
Right.
what I mean? I see a lot of kids and a lot of coaches. I did like a march with some coaches in Newport News. A lot of the local college coaches came out, so I just was like, how do you feel about that? And with the kids getting involved with it, is that kind of dope with the guys leading from the front? Like,
Nah, hell yeah. Like, it's with all this, a lot of stuff came up I didn't even know about, man. Like, I didn't, and in regards to our history, I didn't realize, like, I can't even explain. The shit is it's sad, and
mm-hmm,
but it's definitely it's amazing, and I just hope it continues. Like, you know how we do. We do all
mm-hmm,
that for a little while, and then it
mm-hmm,
dies down, and we off the next. And I just hope that we stay focused and continue. But definitely, you got the potential of these major basketball players coming to
mm-hmm,
like the HBCUs and stuff like that. Like that would be amazing. Like, just to bring it back home. And apparently
mm-hmm.
years ago, all of our better basketball players did that. So
Yeah,
Yates,
back
what's
in the
good,
day,
baby?
like
See Yates, what's good?
back in the day, Jim Brown and all those old guys like that, they all came from HBCUs.
I didn't know any of that. See,
Yeah.
that's like, I'm not gonna say the ignorance, but the lack thereof, man. We don't know about each other. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm there's so much stuff.
Did anybody even talk to you about it? Because you was a stud coming through.
HBCU? Hell
Yeah,
no.
I
Like,
didn't
I
think
don't mean
so.
to say it like that,
Right.
but
Yeah, I believe it.
nah. So like, again, when what I watched was UNLV, Arkansas, Ohio State,
Yeah.
Michigan,
Michigan,
like Duke,
North Carolina, Duke.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Like, even with Virginia, I really didn't watch Virginia like that. Like,
Nah.
it was just it was made like the powers. I didn't know shit about an HBCU. No one
Appreciate
told
that,
me.
dude.
Like, I don't know if you saw that special, the special that's on Steph.
Uh-huh.
At the end of it, when he asked that kid that question in the barbershop,
Mm-hmm.
nobody said I could ever be a president. Like,
Nah.
nobody ever said you could be a president, the next president of the United States. You've never heard that. Nobody ever said
Never.
no shit.
Mm-mm.
And I sat back and I thought about it. I was like, and people, I don't know if everybody watching felt the same way, but I was like, damn, that's powerful. That little boy was
Mm-hmm.
like, no, nobody's ever said nothing like that to me.
Nah, nobody never said that. Nah, look at Nia. This our third hour. It ended on us 3 times, 2 times already. This the third hour. Like, it go by so fast. Like I said, I had like 20 questions over here that I was gonna run down, but we ain't even get into, like, we
Yo,
just jumped around it.
yo,
It's dope. It's
I
dope right
love
there.
this. I could do this
Yeah.
all day, and it's just
Yeah.
us just being real. Shout out to
Mhm.
basketball heads. That's another good one.
Yeah.
Another good one.
Yeah, I seen that. I appreciate that basketball hits. That's really dope. Like, and then like IG Live. I think this another good thing about COVID that did come about, it just made people like reach out to each other. Y'all chit chatting. Yo, women always give us a hard time, yo. Like, I guess that's just their job.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? But with all this COVID stuff going along, I think it makes people reach out and talk more. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a
T
lot
Dub,
of progress.
what's good? Locker room. That's UVA
Yeah,
fam.
I appreciate you joining in too. But I think this
Mark
COVID stuff
Jerome.
made people talk more, and just communicate more. You know what I mean? Because you don't have nothing else
Yeah,
to do.
no, it's you know what? It was actually everything was perfect timing for it. Gave there were no distractions.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody focused in, and then things started to come to light, and everybody
Mm-hmm.
had all the energy could be focused in on that. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
praying that everybody wants sports and stuff like that, but if
Mm-hmm.
my personal view is, as much as I love basketball and all this, it's it's a little bit of a distraction to what's really
Right.
going on. And
Right.
that's pretty much that's what they want it to be anyway. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into my whole
Oh no,
conspiracy
I
stuff,
don't get I feel you
but
because my account will get my lady tell me all the time, you better be careful what you put on Facebook
yeah,
and
we
what
gotta
you
watch
say.
out.
She's like, you better be careful because they'll start flagging you and looking at you. I'm like, nah. I said, what happens is if my voice gets big enough and people start following me,
Hmm.
then we'll have a problem with
No doubt,
with the people. You know what I'm
no
saying?
doubt.
But I'm like, I'm just Coach B or Rodney or however people know me by. So
That's
right
all we
now,
are.
you know what I'm
Just
saying?
like
It
you,
just
and yeah, no question.
so I try not to get too deep into it. I have those type of conversations like more in person about different things and about what we
Hmm.
can do to make things change and stuff for us. But
No,
one,
I hope we continue. I hope we
yeah,
continue, and I hope there will be change.
yeah.
So,
He took. Mano said, "Mar, tell him how I used to kill you."
oh no, he's wilding. He's wilding. He's wilding. I love it. Every day he'd be like,
I know he want to smoke every day.
every day. Not it was every day. This is what it be. He'd sit down. We'd be eat whatever this talk, and all of a sudden he'll just, Mo, I'm better than you, right? What the? So we over here talking about this. You gonna bring that shit in? And no, you're not better than me. Never will
Mm-mm,
be. Little. Actually, I
mm-mm,
told him, you go ahead, you put that uniform on. All you need to do is get the score 2 buckets, and you better
mm-mm.
than me.
Yo,
But
it's
that's
so
my little
crazy.
dude.
When
Love
Mano
him.
was on the other day, right? Mayhem Talk. They're like, we had something going on at Kickerton, like an open gym when he first was about to go to school. And
Hmm.
I was asking him, I'm like, yo, how the workouts been? And da 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 da. He's like, Coach, I'm gonna be a star over there, yo. From the jump. This is 18-year-old Mano.
Yeah. No, no, no.
18-year-old Mano.
He never had a problem with. That's one
Mm-mm.
thing though. He's a strong brother. Like
Mm-hmm.
some things that would go down that wouldn't distract him would kill others, yo. That dude,
Right.
he's strong brother. And
Yeah,
I
he
got all the
touched on
faith in
some
the
of that
world in
stuff.
him.
He did
No,
touch on
he's
some of that.
strong brother.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
I'm
nah,
praying that
man,
everything goes well for him.
this joint has been real dope. Like I said, we could do. It's almost 11 o'clock. Yo, I can't
Yo,
believe
it's crazy. Now
that.
I look. They're going into the room. I'm like, damn, is that late?
Yeah, they got late on us, but it's dope, man. And then like I do want to ask about the circuits and stuff like that because you did see that. Do you think that's a good advantage, like Nike circuit? What do you think about the
Oh
competition?
my, hell yeah! Like you had guys. I don't know how many you had on your bench, but you look at the whole bench. Damn near everybody on those benches get scholarships.
Yeah.
Like the opportunities there for all of them, son. Like it's unreal.
Mm-hmm.
And that Nike thing is powerful. I don't know anything about Under Armour. I don't know anything
Right.
about Adidas because I never went to any of that. I've always
Yeah.
went to Nike. I've seen what Nike can do. Nike is powerful,
Yeah.
and
Max said he
I
got to
do
clock
love
in at 5. He got to go.
it.
Yo, he do too. And I don't know. I call him an alien all the time because he be up and going to work. I'm like, yo, I couldn't go to work that early and be up
Nah.
all night. Not that
But
early.
not like again. I mean, I know I've been on here one time. If you want to do this shit again, we can go. We can talk about
Oh yeah, I'm
overseas.
gonna
We can
definitely
talk
bring you
about all
back
that.
because this
Yeah,
joint has been real dope. Yo, I'm gonna bring you back for sure because like I said, I talked a lot about
that's all.
about your past, about the I didn't even get into your coaching and all that. Like
Yeah,
just the
We didn't get into again like my neighborhood being at every when they knew the schedule when
mm-hmm.
what coaches was coming and they'd be right in front. It'd be the whole neighborhood and
Yeah.
you have them clapping for some, booing other niggas. Like it was real. Like man, I got stories for days, man. It was, and again,
What?
it's all been a blessing.
Nah,
Even
nah,
like
I appreciate it.
meeting you all. I'm not from here. You've always taken care of me. Mac definitely took care of me. Like I can't thank you guys enough. CJ, just everybody.
Mm-hmm. No, I
I'm very
appreciate it. Like I
appreciative.
said, man, I always like everybody that's been on. I gotta get your T-shirt size too, cause you see, I got my own brand. You see it over there.
I saw you with the gold joint on too. I was like, what the fuck is Mac? I figured it's something from Boo. Okay, okay.
Nah,
I'll
nah.
sport you. I'll sport you.
Yeah, I got a little dude. We got a guy. We got a guy that I got a BSN guy that does a little bulk orders for me and stuff like that through Nike and all that. You know, I don't want to give all my secrets away, but all my secret sauce. You know what I'm
No
saying?
doubt.
I got a guy. I'll put it like that.
Okay.
Everybody has a guy. You know what I'm saying? So I do got a guy. He said, "Oh, I let him answer that one. Top 5 players from NYC. What do you mean, old school or new school?" He might
Nah,
get you in trouble.
his part of his joint is, and my 5 was I had Lou Alcindor #1.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the captain. Um, then I had, of course, Kenny Anderson, but then it was tough because I had Rod Strickland, Earl Pearl. And then I also had Fly Williams, which nobody knows. One of the Brook was a killer. Fly Williams, only heard stories from my uncle and my father. They all from the same neighborhood, Brownsville, Brooklyn. And then I just went Bernard King. And I think that's pretty much it. Like, I even had Lamar Odom. I even cheated and put Lamar in there because for me, he's a monster. But, I could go on and on, man. Like, the history of NY basketball is crazy. So that's a tough one, Pooh. So again, I'm gonna go Chibs. I'm gonna put Fly Williams in there. Bernard King. I'll go ahead and just throw LO in there, and then Lou Alcindor. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem was the craziest though.
No, son. If you look at it, and I'm an MJ to the day I die, dude.
Me too. Yeah.
But the numbers don't really. MJ's Kareem should a little bit more like.
Oh yeah, from everything from high school all the way through pros.
So
Kareem was a winner.
He's won. Unbelievable. Like, I looked at his documentary, I didn't even know some of the struggle. Like, son, I love him. Like, I have that much more respect for him.
Like, dog, I would love to meet him. I'm not even gonna lie. I might be in a little. I'm older now, so I might not be too bad, but I might be in awe if I'm.
No question.
You know,
and he's huge. Son. Like,
he's
huge. Son.
Yeah, I want to meet him.
Big trade up.
I'm gonna have to get to an All-Star game. I'm gonna have to go to one with Boo. You know, Boo goes to every All-Star weekend.
Oh no, Boo's got it.
Yeah,
Boo's got it.
But
like,
you know,
so when we was doing that, we were doing that with Nike. Like, that was crazy.
Boo doesn't even care about going to All-Star.
Lou Tuck was good, baby.
The thing with All-Star weekend, that's his wife, Miss Williams. She wants to go.
Okay.
Boo, he could care less about going because last year, me and Chiz was like, "Yo, let us get them tickets to the game in Chicago." He was like, "My wife would kill me."
Oh yeah. Now, Boo, of course, Boo's got that. You absolutely right, Pooh. Charles and Lamont Jones, Lord have mercy, crazy. But nah, man, like, the All-Star thing was amazing. Nike's just that's just amazing.
I talked to Charles one time, like at a May hoop session when he was coaching the younger kids for Lightning.
But it's not even so much CJ. They don't know about his brother. His brother was real. Oh no, he was crazy. Charles.
I don't know about his brother, but I was asking him like, "Yo, do your kids know how crazy you were?" I was like, "Yo, I'm not."
Oh, he lets them know. He lets them know. Don't get it wrong. CJ is not bashful. He lets them know. Oh, yeah.
Because he was like, "Yeah, I talk about it some, you know what I'm saying, son, but I don't get it all the way into it." But he's like, "I do talk about it." But I was like, "Yo, I'm from Virginia and I know how crazy you were." So
he was a problem, yo.
But that's another thing that I got with young kids. They don't do no research. They don't be knowing.
Son, some of them don't even watch basketball. Like, when I'm doing, we're making the calls and we're doing our recruiting. You talk, and some of them like, nah, I don't really even watch. I'm like,
they playing video games.
I'm like, oh,
they playing video games.
Just the love, the love ain't. They just don't love it like we love it, and it's hard, man. It makes it hard.
He said, Mo Fresh Brown said Lamar.
Oh my God, love him too. He was just on his show.
But I'm gonna tell you another crazy story that I was remember being and I won probably like I told somebody else I probably won like $500-$600. I was a freshman at A2 in Georgetown. Georgetown was about to play Georgia Tech in Madison Square Garden. So like I told you, my next door neighbor in the dorm was from New York. Used to cut my hair. And all he talked about was Felipe and Steph and whatever. Because that's the 95, 93, you know what I'm saying, all that lane. So I'm like, yo, I don't know about because UVA ain't that many Spanish people, especially back in the 90s. And I'm like, yo, I don't know about a Felipe this or Felipe that. You know what I'm saying? But I know a Bubba Chuck. And
when I came to UVA, I was talking about Philippe, and they were talking about Chuck. But honestly, they should have been talking about Mike.
Right. Oh, Mike Evans was the craziest.
I didn't know.
Mike was crazy. I've seen that live in person a lot. Mike was nuts. He needs a documentary, like a real documentary. He was crazy,
Son,
crazy.
I forgot, I'm not gonna say his name, but it was an NBA scout who was breaking Mike down. And I didn't even realize he made it that far. He had workouts and stuff, and he kind of
Mhm.
fucked them up. He
Yeah.
messed up. But Mike,
He
don't get
was
me
number
wrong.
2 behind Jason Kidd in the nation when he was coming through.
I didn't even know.
Yeah,
And
I knew
now I look
all
at
of that. I
Mike, I
know.
look at him different now. It's like, yo,
Hmm.
you were crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, then was when Chuck was his freshman year when they played Steph. They played him head to head. They played
Shay, what up?
Marbury.
Shay, what up?
And when they played Georgia Tech in the Garden, that was like Steph was going home. And I was like, dog, I don't care where they could go play Georgia Tech at the Rucker. Chuck is gonna kill him. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no,
And
they hyped
Georgetown
that
was gonna
lovely too.
win. You
They
know what I'm
hyped that.
saying? But I was just a little bit more disrespectful than I should have been because I was riding with the hometown. But
Of
I,
course, it's
I
the same
definitely
thing we
respect
would
it.
have been with Steph.
Yeah, exactly. But when Georgetown beat them, I came off like 500. 500 back then was like 1,500 in
No
'95.
question.
You know what I'm
No
saying?
question.
So,
So we getting ready to play them.
mm,
It's the first time Steph was. We played Tech at home first. So of
mm,
course he's coming. So I go up to Steph, and I was mad at my point guard, Harold Dean. I was mad as
mm,
hell. I don't know what happened. It probably was some bullshit off the court. But I went to Steph and was like, "Yo, bust this nigga's ass, yo."
mm.
Yo, you from home, dude. Bust his
Right.
ass.
And
Yeah,
Harold
you
Dean
always
is cool
you.
too.
Oh no, he was a problem too. Like
Yes,
he's a whole
sir.
nother. He was a whole nother
I'm gonna
animal.
get him up here too. He came and worked the combine for me that I did at the
I
sports planet.
saw that. So you got his
Yeah,
information.
yeah, I
If
got
you
his
okay.
info.
Now he a
Yeah, I
good
talked
dude.
to him.
He
Yeah, I
you talk
followed
about
him up
somebody.
here.
Oh no, you talk about somebody who taught himself how to play the one on job training type shit. Like if he would have left after his second year, he would have been a first round pick. Like
Yeah.
he was just a strong. Like he wasn't even supposed to be at UVA. It was a favor,
Mm.
and he took that.
And
And
ran with it.
like he just worked hard. He respected it, appreciated it, and
And you
unfortunately
know
things
who's
didn't
you
play
know
out.
who's the split image of him to me that came through with kind of the same story was
Who-
Frank Mason out of Petersburg.
Right. Oh
He
no,
kind of reminds me.
son. He was an animal though. That's a
Mm.
totally good. That motherfucker was
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh
Oh,
wow, his son
what's his? Kareem,
Connie
Steph,
Hawkins.
Sweet Pea. Okay, Connie
Mm.
Hawkins. I forgot. Yeah, I like that five. No question.
Yeah, see,
No
I can't
question.
go that deep with because my New York top 5 would be terrible. I would probably go with like all new heads, like
Yeah,
not
nah,
new but
son. He's
'90s
talking
guys.
like Connie Hawkins. Of course, was known. He played in the league and stuff like that. But he's not spoken enough about it back home. But
Hmm.
the list can go on for days back home. Just
Hmm.
I'm sure your list here could.
Yeah, for
But
sure. Do you think New York City basketball, high school basketball, is back where it should be?
fuck no, Barry.
Yeah, I didn't
Man,
think so. I didn't think you would
this
think
ain't
so.
it ain't nowhere near like it used to be. Son, we were like when we would travel, people took notice. People stood up, and I'm not just. It was crazy coming down here to playing blues event when it was
Hmm.
just high school gyms. I remember
Hmm.
being out like in the stores and people just wanting to hear us speak because of
Hmm.
our accents and the way
Yep.
we spoke. Like it's changed now. The respect and the love is not there. It's not the same.
Hmm.
When
Oh
we
man.
like even when we would travel, like I remember we went out to the Slammer Jam, LA, and Riverside Church, of course, was super high, like respected, as well
Hmm.
as Gauchos. But we were out there, and we come in the gym with our jackets on because we always had the fly gear. Ern took care of us, and when we took our shit off, and people they took notice. Like when
Hmm.
New York was in the building, people took notice. Them days are
Hmm.
gone, bro,
I
and
just
it's
think some
sad.
of it too with New York. It's just I don't know. It's just like you said. It's not as I don't know the '90s and probably before the '90s. I just always
This
talk
is
about the
this
'90s.
this is how it was explained to me. So, Pooh can attest to this, and some of the other New Yorkers on here. Like you either were again, you had the Broncos and stuff like that that were older teams, but if you either played with the church
Hmm.
or you played with the Gauchos.
Hmm.
So now you have all kinds of AAU programs, so it's watered down. The talent
Hmm.
was more concentrated.
Hmm.
Like if you look at some of these pictures that some of these guys are passing, some of these where
It's
you had like
crazy,
the Gaucho teams was crazy. Like you had Steph
crazy.
and da da da, and then you look at the Riverside teams, you had Lamar, Elton Brand. Like I didn't even mention Elton Brand, like Elton
Right.
Brand, like Eric Barkley, Shaheem
Hmm.
Holloway. Like it's just different now, yo. And
Dog.
until we get back to something like that, we'll never be.
Yeah, like I said, I got pictures. I don't know where the game was played at, but
It's like you, Pooh.
I go and booze off in the office, in the State Farm office. We got super old pictures. Yeah, it's diluted a lot though.
100. 100.
But he got old pictures of like Chuck, squared up against Rayford Austin, Tony Rutland,
Mm.
Rayford Austin. I mean, I've seen pictures with that team that Ron Artest was on.
That's in question, or they're saying that could be one of the
The
greatest
best team
AAU
ever.
teams ever.
I
Like,
heard that they
seriously.
saying that's the best team ever, yo. I'm hearing that was the best team ever, or either one of those teams that Kobe played on in Jersey with Tim Thomas and them.
Right. And see, I got stories with that. Like, when we were first introduced to him, we were coming from this shit called Little Lads. And we would go from Little Lads, and then only specific players would go to Honesdale Session 5-star. That's when you were supposed to be.
Yeah.
So this tall, lanky motherfucker gets on the bus, and we don't know him. And then we also had Steph in the back. He was young, but like Steph was fucking, I think in the 8th grade or something when he was coming to Honesdale. Like, we had him. He's a problem because he knows he's all world.
Right.
But so we get off the bus and whatever, and I think he's still looking at him like, yo, why is he with us? What's he doing on our van, yo?
Right.
So anyhow, camp's getting ready to start, and Garfinkel pulls him up to the front and was like, I want to introduce you all to the best 9th grader, or the top 9th grader in the nation. It was motherfucking Tim Thomas, man.
Mm.
We were looking at him like, fuck is he doing on our bus, yo? We don't know this nigga.
Mm-hmm.
But like, again, through these experiences, just thinking back, like, it's been a blessing, son.
Yeah, it's just like Bree said. I got some of my pictures from Dave because he tagged us in some of them. No bull.
No, Dave got it all. I'm surprised Pooh don't have it all.
Yeah,
Dave and Pooh, they both.
Some of the pictures that I have, he tagged the Instagram page in it, like the Boo Wills page in it. So I got some of them from him, but Boo has like in the State Farm office, he got some super old pictures in that joint, like crazy.
No, everybody's came through there, yo. Like, Boo shit was crazy. Like, it's always been crazy.
Yeah, man. So I'm a wrap because I ain't gonna keep you all night. Because we could go into another story every time.
Son, easy. It's natural. It's just natural. And your show it's a beautiful thing, man. Like, you're not, and I get it. I guess maybe you have to tweak some things where we can get the timing, or fuck it, we just rock out. But again, it's natural, and you make everybody feel that way. So it's good money. I appreciate you,
man. And I know all my past guests, they probably gonna kill me. Like I posted some pictures, yo. I got like 10 like the t-shirts and stuff. I've done them all. Like I've done one for everybody. I just ain't put them in the mail yet. I appreciate that, KP. Appreciate that.
Appreciate you, fam.
I haven't put none of them in the mail yet, but I'm looking at them. Like I'm not even gonna do it to myself to make people to get me tight. I appreciate you, Bree. I'm gonna follow you too. And everybody who follow me, I'm going to follow back on definitely because I appreciate the love, the support.
Bree's good money.
Bree's
good people. Great people.
Let's do this. I normally do it at the top of the chat or whatever, but when I reached out to you, you know what I'm saying, to get on with me, yo, as soon as you read the message, you hit me right back. It was like, yo, when?
Say less. Let's get it.
Well, people understanding like that make me feel like because it kind of make me feel like I'm getting to people really rock with my opinion and rock with me as a person, and like I said, me and you
son, always stand up, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? We met on a different level. It was through sports, and it was after, you know what I'm saying, as we got older as men. And then, like I said, when I saw you, I was like, damn, I used to really like the way he played. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate that, yo.
So, like, I'll salute everybody that comes on. Like I said, a lot of people get mad at me because they think the show is, the name of it is B-Ball Talk with Coach B. So it has nothing to do with recruiting and this, and that. So they think when I have college coaches up here, like when I have my scout guys up here, like Chris Young from and I had Dane up here, I had Chad up here, CJ Graves, all those guys. When I have my college coaches up here, it's not all about recruiting. I touched that a little bit, but I want to celebrate you guys. Like I said, I'm like the Noriega of, what I'm saying? I'm like
drink champs.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to celebrate, what you did for the basketball culture. what you did for the game, how you changed the game, real relationship.
I appreciate all that, son. I ain't changing motherfucking thing. The game is what it is. It's way before us, and I'm just happy that I was able to be a part of it. Like, it's something special. That
Yeah.
basketball took me all over the world, man.
So this is just beginning. I'm gonna talking to some people. I'm gonna start doing some Zooms so I can have like Mag. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
you already know that
That
I'm
would
gonna
be crazy.
that way, but like I always want to, like a lot of the show, like I said, is about saluting the people that I bring on. A lot of the people that I bring on are people that I have relationships with. So salute you guys and everything that you do for the culture. I watch KP lives. What he's doing is amazing. He has a lot of the WNBA ladies on. Their
Sweet,
stories are amazing. You know what I mean?
sweet.
The Rose League, how he started that, and I still want to talk to him about events, and I'm not fronting on that. And like I said, it's just a celebration of your contributions to the basketball culture. You being a strong black man, how you do it, how you help young black men, not just young black men, but men in general. But I really like how you help our guys a lot. It's amazing. I don't know if the
Appreciate
guys
it.
how much that really, how far that goes with them. I seen a couple of the guys saluted you that you train in the chat, and
Yeah,
Art Godwin about you. He had nothing but high praise about you. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So I always want to do this at the end. Salute all my guests and really appreciate you guys. And I just want to get just a nugget. This is a nugget that you could give from your experience as a player, not even on the coaching side. You as 18-year-old Jamal, when you was coming through the process, what can you tell an 18-year-old Jamal Robinson that's going through the process and try to figure this stuff out? What's one of the main things that you would tell that kid?
yeah. It's crazy because one of the dudes that had a hand in raising me is on here right now. My man V, and I can't thank him enough. I love him to death. He's from 88 Ave. That's one of those areas my father wouldn't let me be around. But once but I'm just number one. What
Mother.
they would tell me, they was like, "Fuck that, shoot the ball, shoot the ball." But other than be more aggressive, um, I would just tell myself exactly what I've done. Well, actually, I didn't do earlier, but be more appreciative. Don't take things for granted.
Mm.
Um, that's part of my thing now, especially to the youth. Don't the younger guys take this time, take advantage of it. And I would tell myself to seize the moment.
Mm.
It's not always going to be there. My way of thinking back then was it'll always be there. But seize the moment, take advantage, be appreciative, which I was, but
Mm-hmm.
respect it more, and shoot the fucking ball, man.
Word. That's a good one. I like all of that. Seize the moment, be more appreciative, because I can rant and rant and rant about that. But that's one of my biggest pet peeves with this new generation of basketball. They don't appreciate
And Pooh, right? Not. I should listen to my mama. Don't
Virginia.
go to Virginia.
Dude, that's funny as
No,
shit.
no doubt. No doubt. Should
Biggest
have
pet
went to Arizona.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves with the young generation with this basketball shit. I don't think they appreciate everything that's right there given to them right there in
They
front of them.
don't. And that's where we can only do but so much, but we got to bring it to their attention. Like, dude, this shit don't last forever. This
Mm-hmm.
is the time for you to seize the moment.
Yeah, man.
Love
So
you, boy. Love you, V.
yeah,
But
everybody join in right now. We about to get off in a minute, but we getting off now. But all 3 sessions are going to be on my
man, this is crazy. I appreciate you, son. Thank you, Barry.
no
Thank you,
problem.
Coach B.
I'm gonna text you and get your t-shirt size and all that.
All right, cool. Okay,
All right, I love you to death, Maul. You have a good
my
one, man.
man. My man. One.